Check 1, 2. It's like we're live. Okay. Check 1, 2. What do I gotta do here? I definitely don't feel well. Still. Check 1, 2. Oh, what's going on out there? Jared, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah, I'm trying to make my way out of this. Hold on here. Definitely trying to make my way out of the COVID shit. I'm still definitely hold on here, I got some stuff to do. Yeah, look at that supply up there. There's a little more higher. Some stuff up there too that's now showing itself. This is now showing itself up here. A nice little wall right here. Sellers, we'll talk about this right here today. This is actually, let me move some of this over here. So, it's important for you to see. It's important to be paying attention to this stuff up in here. And why is it important? That kind of stuff, failures, and what it matters. Matter of fact, where we are right now is a good place to start. Hang tight here for just a second. We got a couple things I got to do here. I got some technical stuff I got to do. Should be just a moment. But we're going to look at right where we are right now. You can't see it at just yet, but this does matter. And especially if you're a young trader, if you're a young trader, then this is for you. This isn't every time, but you need to know about this. When I had a conversation with someone, I think it was Sam. Like, I don't know if it was Sam. It could have been somebody else, but we had a conversation about. I gotta set up everything here. So we're talking about being a young trader and being oblivious to basic shit, like just simple things. And I'm going to show you this one right here. This is a fairly
At 1 p.m. Eastern Time, we get U.S. Baker Hughes oil rig count, prior 504.
Turn that
US
shit
Baker
down.
Hughes total rig count, prior 625.
We're going to simplify this, though. So we're going to start with this right here. It's fairly simple here. Previous high. Let me just turn that shit off. So this is a fairly simple concept. It's classic traditional charting, but it's still worthy to look at. You get a previous high right here. It's today, right? You're always looking for, you'll hear this called cup and handle and stuff, but truly no. What you're really looking for here is this previous high. Time frame doesn't matter. So this is a 1 minute chart. This previous high right here. You're looking to see if that fails there. It's previous high. Failure to get a new high, right? This would be a failure to get a new high. And this shows weakness for bulls. You can do the same thing in the reverse too. This works for bears as well. Now, if you get the new high, so if you don't have any of this yet here, okay? And none of this is here yet. Okay, just pretend none of this is here. Scratch all that out there. What's important here is it's a 1 minute chart, right? So without seeing any of this shit over here, this is basic stuff, right? Get the previous high right here. You're looking to see if there's a failure to get this high. And this is showing the will of buyers waning, right? Not good, right? You want to see a new high. If you're a bull, you want to see a new high. So if you get the new high right here, you don't want to short that. That's strength, okay? Now it can go against you still. We can still roll down and down this way. But when you see the previous high get knocked out on a 1 minute chart, this is a 1 minute chart, right? It's showing strength. Now it can still pull back, but you're going to expect an actual new high over here. Does that make sense? Previous high, you catch the new high. Even if you get a pullback, the expectation is that you're going to go higher. And so the thumbnail this morning is about how to spot weakness or just a pullback or strength, right? How do you spot it? And we can simplify this even more. So I'm going to go to, see if I can go over here to this Webull chart here. And maybe we can bring up SPX or something. Hold on. So, these are fairly simple concepts, right? So here's SPX here. Now this is a 30-minute chart, right? Not a 1 minute chart, but you can see here you got the new high, right? And even on a 30-minute chart, you see the failure to go back up and you get the previous high right here. Pretty simple stuff, right? Failure to get the new high right here. What does that mean? It means if you get the failure to get the new high, that we keep rolling down. Now, a lot of you out there will try to say things like, well, you should have known we're going all the way down here. You'll see Elliott waivers will say things like, oh, if this, then that, then if this, then that. And it's not really good enough, right? It'll go against you. So you'll see things like an Elliott waiver tell you, well, we're going all the way down here. And then, what ends up happening is we get the new high. Then we just continue on to the right. And you say, well, fuck, I hate that Elliott waiver, right? I don't like that Elliott waiver. He got it wrong. The truth is that, like the Elliott waivers need to break out their erasers and stuff like that. You need to know more than that as a trader, as an investor and as a trader. So if you do see that failure, you're going to expect more downside to come. You see the failure again, more downside to come, right? Now, if we had gotten this previous high, or if this had become a previous, we had actually gone up here, got the new high, you'd actually expect the reversal to the upside. So it's important for you. The key point here is that no matter who's out there telling you where we're going, you need to be able to identify if a reversal is shaping up or not. Okay, that's the key point here. You don't really care where we're going. You don't really care if we're going to reverse, if we're going to go up or down, right? So price action is king, and not only is price action king, but if we're going to continue down, we continue down. If we end up going up and it goes against your thesis, you follow that all the way up, right? So it's important for you as an investor and a trader not to pay attention to, hey, this is 4,600 and we're only pulling back here, or we're only even pulling back here. We could go lower, right? And it doesn't matter if you only called this, or if you only called this, or you only called this. If we keep going down, you have to be able to chase that, or be aware of that we're going to continue to go down. If we're going to reverse to the upside here, or even here, you need to be able to identify when that reversal is happening, so you're not on the wrong side of the trade, right? So it doesn't matter what you're calling from here. Like, let's say you're like, hey, I'm calling, I don't know, 3,600. Calling for 3,600. But if it reverses here, you can at least say, hey, I'm calling for 3,600. And we start the reversal process over here. And you're not sitting here going, yeah, it's still 3,600. Does that make sense? If there's a reversal. Same thing for continuation of the downside and that kind of stuff. So we know kind of what to look for, right? And we're coming into this previous high right here, right? So right now we're coming into that previous high. Right now, right? You can see it right here. You can see there's a previous high right here. Now, there's some rules here. So we were just looking at a previous high on a 1-minute chart. Now we're on a 30-minute chart, right? So just inside of here, if you're a seller or a bear, what do you want to see, right? You want to see a failure up here, right? You don't, matter of fact, this red could be brought down to right here. So there's a couple mechanics here. If you're a bull, let's start with the bulls. If you're a bull, you don't really, all you want to see is the touch of a new high. You just want to see the touch. You don't need to go any higher. You just need to see the poke the head out, and you're good to go as a bull. You can actually have a pullback here, but as long as you stay on trend, you're good to go too. As long as you get that new high over here, okay? As long as you stay on trend up here. Does that make sense? Now you're going to hear sellers out there on social media. You'll hear them in the news and all that kind of stuff. And they're going to say things to you like, well, all I really want is the pullback down here, right? You know, just close all this stuff up and we'll get back to what you want to do up here. That's not real. That's a seller that wants to see the failure to get this new high, because he knows that whatever this pullback is likely going even lower. Does that make sense? Now, if you're a buyer and you get that new high, you're actually triggered to start to look for a dip to buy to go higher. Now, if you failed here and started closing this gap, you're good, still on trend. But if you start to break down here without catching that previous high, you're actually not trying to buy that dip there. You're actually going to be very scared and careful. And you'll likely see this stuff down here get closed, believe it or not, at minimum. And more than likely, more bearishness. So try to parse what you're hearing people say publicly. When you're on social media, you hear people say, why can't we just go back and close this stuff down here? They're not saying that. They're not saying that because they want to close this stuff. They're saying that because they want to see the failure here so that we can get back down here and they're not getting torched, right? Does that make sense to you? This is a half-hour time frame, right? And we're going to switch back over here to this trigger screen. It's a 1-minute time frame. Similar kind of stuff, right? You want to see the previous high get taken out, right? So we can smash up higher here. Does that make sense? Now, even if we fail, you're still going to expect that new high or that next previous high that we have to take out. So let's go back to this other chart over here. And why is this important, right? For the long term, why is this important? So if we get up here on trend, any pullback should be bought, right? Any pullback should actually be bought with strength to the upside. So this is kind of a key place, right? You want to see this hold, or at least this hold into Monday or something like that, so you can stay on trend and break this previous high. And why is that important? It's because once you knock out this previous high right here, you have your pullback, close out some of your crap down in here, right? You're then going to be targeting your next previous high up here, and so on and so forth, going back and taking out these previous highs. Now, let's say we do all this, so we get the new high over here, right? Yeah, we come back down, close some of this crap out. We start heading back up here, and we actually fail this one. Just fail to get that previous high right here. That's not good either. Can lead to some consolidation and stuff like that. So as long as the bulls are making new highs on these previous highs, their run is intact and should be considered intact unless trend gets broken. We got to break down over here some, that's fine. But until that happens, if you're able to get back there and make those new previous highs, the bull run is intact. Okay, so into this weekend, right, the end of today and into the beginning of next week, if you're a bull, you don't want to see trend get broken before this previous high gets taken out. That price target is basically 4,400, roughly 4,400 in here. So this is a key number up in here for bulls, and they need to get this for that continuation upside. Even if there's a pullback, that's what they need. They have to have this. If the bulls don't get that, right, they start to fail to get this. They start to do this breakdown bullshit. It's right back to business over here. Okay, to downside moves. And I'm going to show you this in another way right now with triggers. So if we go back to this trigger screen right here, we go to a 30-minute chart. Go back to a 30-minute chart right here on SPOOs, right? You remember we talked about staying on trend. This is that previous high back here. Right, you can see it right there, right? My cursor is right there. Follow that gray line all the way back. You want to see that, right? And you want to see something else here, that we stay on trend until it happens, right? You don't want to see any pullbacks, even if it's violent, get sold. That makes sense? So this weekly trigger, this daily trigger, any of these pullbacks you want to see stay up there to take this bad boy out. So it's going to be important for you as a bull, some important things here. One, get rid of this here so it's not in the way. One, you want to take out this previous high back here. You know that. And number two, you want to stay on trend over here. Currently, that's at 426. Okay. And if we take this out right now, you're going to expect all this to go and continue to trade to the upside. So crucial here, right? Crucial here. There's something else I want to show you here too. Let's talk about this one right here. I want you to think about this right here too. I want you to watch this here. This is that 460, right? You got known sellers here. You got known sellers here. You got known sellers here. You got real weakness down here by bulls, right? And slam, capitulation trade. And now we're coming back up to where known sellers are again. So it's important here that you get that, right? And that you're able to hold this and consolidate and get some momentum underneath so that we can push higher here and take out this declining velocity here, these previous highs. So kind of a critical moment here. A lot of mechanics going on. to try to push up and beat these sellers here. Bears are still in control here, whether you know that or not. They're still in control of this market, and you can see it right here. It's fairly simple to see, right? They could sold here, sold here, sold here, sold on weakness. And right now, all they have to do is step back in, right? And they need to break underneath. They need to break underneath that daily and weekly trigger, and they're back in business again. Does that make sense? We talked about that last week. And so they still are in charge here. This is still their game, and they can step in right here. And I assure you, they're going to step back in. I assure you that when we come up here, right, they're going to step right in and try to slam this down, and at a minimum, do a hit and run, right? At a minimum, they're going to get that hit and run in here, take this out. So between now, today, Monday, right, you're going to be looking for some kind of weakness to sell into, or not quite weakness, but a back check on the daily, the weekly trigger, the hourly trigger. Be aware of this, okay? This is likely to happen. There is likely to see some pressure selling coming in, and we're going to find out if the bulls are real in here or not. Okay, so pay close attention to this into Friday, Monday, that kind of stuff. Now, intraday for today, go to a 30-minute chart here, or 1-minute chart. We're looking pretty bullish in here for the rest of today. And here's that red bar up here. We'll bring this over. We're fairly close here, right? So we can go back to that 30-minute and see if we can make sure that's it. Yeah, it's right there. Go a little bit higher with this. And we'll just snap a line there too so you have it right there. Okay? And we'll snap a line there for you. So just for today, okay? Get this previous. This is for me to trade. Hold on. Just using that to trade here. So this white line right here, right, is kind of Valhalla for bulls. They need that. Technically, from a technical perspective, they need to tag above this, okay? 438.62. Let me post that on Twitter really quick. Hold on here. Yeah, 438.62. Uh-oh, did something happen? Let me see if that actually worked or not. Turn that off. So it's kind of what you're looking for here, right? Does it have to happen? No. Does it have to happen on SPY? No. SPX would be nice. ES, SPX, either of those, I'd be very happy. So if we tag above this line on SPX, if you're a bull at least, right, that's what you're looking for. If you're a seller, you don't want to see that, right? Sellers do not want to see above this white line right here. They want to hold this white line. They want to roll this down before you ever get there and start the roll down. If you're a bear out there, trying to time tops and stuff like that, can you time this right now? No. There's nothing here saying begin to short. So if you're looking for that failure to short, you know what you're looking for, right? You're looking for the break of the 5-minute trigger. And we haven't broken it yet. So you can see it right here. We haven't broken this 5-minute trigger. And so that's 435.03. You want to see the break of that, 435.03. Now, there's one other hitch here for sellers, and that's going to be what I spoke to you about earlier, which is on Twitter. I spoke to you about this. It's roughly 4,300. Just call it 4,300. If we stay above that 4,300, right down here. So there's one other catch or caveat here. We can fail this right now, but as long as we stay above that 430, the bulls are still alive to tag that to the upside. So if you're a seller, right, you want to see that. You don't want to see this get tagged here. And you really want to see a break below this 430, okay, for like full bear town. Otherwise, if you see a pullback, yeah, you can do a hit and run, but expect bulls to try to take that out. But don't get your like crazy town bear on unless we break below that 430, okay? So if you want to get like crazy town bulls are done for, all that kind of shit, it's below this 430 currently. Important to understand here, okay? If you're a buyer or a seller or you're looking to find out what to expect next week or anything like that. So we'll talk about what to expect next week or what my expectations are, that kind of stuff here in just a moment. Now, hang tight here. Let's go back to a Weeble chart here. Let's do a SPY. So let's just look in here right now, okay? This is that PT2. Remember the PT2? We showed you that from yesterday, right here. You want to take out this stuff over here, right? That's your PT2 up there. And what don't bulls want to give up? So what would a bull be looking for into next week? It's a 30-minute chart right here. Let's see if we can go back to a 5-minute chart here. And what does let me see if we can go to 15-minute. Maybe that can show it better. So I want you to see this. You can see those inverse head and shoulders and that kind of stuff right here. You got the low. You get the squeeze up, and you're looking for some kind of a hold down here. 423, 424 into next week. Okay. So any kind of pullback to be met with buyers stepping in right down in here, okay? So for next week, that's S3 down here. That's 423. Excuse me. And the daily trigger is down at 426.30. So we're going to look at that real quick for next week. So into a 5-minute chart here. Here's your S3. You can see all these gaps down here that need to be picked up, right? Here's the daily trigger for next week, right? And we got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday right here for next week. Well, let's make that yellow, and we'll make it large, make it nice and fat for next Friday, right? So this is what to expect into next week. Here's your daily trigger, right? If you're a bull, you're going to be looking to buy this into Tuesday, okay? Turn around Tuesday. We always talk about that. You might get that capitulation move down, right? You get that quick dip down, then it comes back up, and then we're off and running, right? And we're heading higher here. So today's Friday, right? Today's Friday, and you're going to look for some kind of a roll or squeeze up and roll into next week down here. And the most you should expect as a bull is, let's call it 423.43. You have about 15%. Well, let's call it 30%. 30% chance of going retracing all this back down to like 423. You got about a 50% chance of coming back down here to the daily trigger at 430. And then another 15% chance that we blast up here, roll down, and we're just continuing to the upside. And that's about a 15% chance right there. And I don't know, we'll leave another 5% for, I don't know, fucking moonshot to 460 or market crash down to, I don't know, fucking below 4,000 or something like that. But into next week, right? Start to think about some kind of a put spread, right? Like a put spread. Doesn't have to be like a max short or a max this or a max that. If you had a put spread for, let's say, Wednesday or Friday, something in the money, right? ITM, and it squeezes up on you and you're panicking, and it still comes back down and takes out. You get your money and you're happy to go. We'll look at what this costs right now and see. We'll look at what this costs and see what it'll pay. Right now it's $4.35, right? So let me see here. Let's see what that costs and see what it pays. And where current price is. So we're at $4.35, and all I'd be looking for here would be $4.30 to $4.35. So remember, you just take it, be patient if you're a bear. If you're a seller, right? And then we got what do we got here? What do we got here? Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday. Let's do Wednesday the 8th. You could even do Friday if you wanted to. And debit put spread will make it simple. We'll edit it 5:30, 4:30, and 4:35. You don't make a ton. For $366, you make $134. But it's not bad, right? It's not a bad little. This basically means right here that so if you had a Wednesday expiry, 4:35, 4:30, that would account for anything like that. And the only expectation for you would be that by Wednesday, you nail this at least right here. That's all you have to nail there. You nail this right here, you're good. If you nail this right here, you're good. If you nail this right here, you're good. If you come up here and Tuesday we blast down into Wednesday, you're good. Not a bad trade. It's not like, hey, I scored a 300% rocket ship or anything like that, but it's kind of reasonable. It's got a 61% probability of happening. You're not expecting blood and all that, but if you get down here and I don't know, like we get down here and you print that, and then we start to reject underneath, you then get more aggressive with it, right? Start taking shorts out, you start just buying fucking puts. If you're expecting for that big reversal that you were looking for, you have some exposure here, and you have some exposure to that downside move. It's not crazy. You're not going to get blown out or anything like that. Seems pretty reasonable to me to take that trade. So if you are bearish, there's your trade. If you're bullish and you're like, well, Cap, we're way up here, we're so close up here, you just sit back and sit on your hands for next week until you catch that dip buy, okay? For putting any major money in the market, whether it's down here, you just wait down there to grab it so you can get a nice fat dip buy for next week. Does that make sense to you guys out there? It's fairly simple. Fairly simple math here, right? And you can see it right here too. Fairly easy trade, and you don't really have to sweat too much. Another part of that trade too is another good part about that trade is that if we continue to drive higher, you can trade zero dates and still be in those put spreads. You can be in those put spreads, and you can trade the market up, right? You can buy yourself some zero-day calls, and if it continues to go higher, it's going to pay you even more. So if we begin to squeeze up to that 440, you've got exposure to the downside for the pullback in the next week. You're making the zero-day calls into the close. It's a no-brainer here. Definitely a no-brainer for for a bear or even a buyer to just put that protection on into early next week. I guess you could do Friday if you wanted to, if you wanted some extra time on it or something like that. But Wednesday seems long enough for that pullback to happen. Maybe it's in the Wednesday close or something like that. If we grind up into let's say we grind up into Wednesday instead to 440, and your put spread burns, right? You're like, fuck, I'm losing this or something like that. You can always cut the one side of that trade, buy 0 dates to trade up into Wednesday as well to cover the trade, so that you have like tactful ways to manage that trade, even if it starts to go against you. Let me see. We'll check you guys out. How's everybody doing out there? I'm feeling better today. Like right now, I was feeling like shit this morning. Right now, at this moment, I feel good. So I feel real good at this exact moment. So my brain feels good. The fog is lifting. I don't think I have any permanent damage that I can tell right now. Like I'm improving, not getting worse. So that's a good sign, I think. What does suck is that I'm still testing positive, so I can't go out in public. I'm like fucking rat in a cage right now, and the weekend is coming. How's everybody doing? How you doing out there? Hey, Trader Podcast, I got to contact you, brother. I'm going to try to contact you today or tomorrow, man. I'm going to get into contact with you today. I got a bunch of stuff I got to throw at you. I still haven't done that. I've been way, way behind. I've been very, very ill, man. Like violently ill. Hiding underneath covers and shit in corners. Like mutiny in the bounty shit with the kids. Kids are like, what are we going to do? We're going to starve. I'm like, no. I'm going to order out every night for you. That's what we're going to do. We're going to order out every night and get delivery. Yeah, test positive buying calls. I didn't take Pavlovics yet. I haven't even been to a doctor yet. I haven't even told my doctor yet. I have a bunch of medical stuff going on already, so they'll know soon enough. I'm getting a bunch of like testing shit done, and it's like fall right now. Like start of a new year. Wife wants me to do all this like check my butthole, check my mental health, all this other. I don't like women. They want to take care of you and shit like that. Make sure you're not going to die. I guess some of them want to kill you, but this one doesn't want to kill me, I don't think. Or she doesn't want to be blamed if I die. So she forces me to do all this stupid shit for my own health. It's true. It's very true. We also know that at 1:30 in the afternoon we get a lot of wonkiness going on. We just got a little bit of weakness here right now. Coming on just in time, right? A little bit of weakness right here. See if we can confirm a roll down. Not quite there yet, but almost. You want to see the rejection. So let's look at this right here. You want to see a failure by bulls first. You want to see a green arrow right here. Reverse to the downside. You want to see the rejection right in here, okay? You're looking for that rejection to get short. Not quite there yet at the moment. Hold on here. So for next week, we got a bunch of stuff to go over. We got to go over some S or some gamma stuff. We have to go over some collar stuff. And I want you to realize that they're going to, I want you guys to be able to comprehend or understand that dips should be bought. Market should be supportive. And it's every time you see buyers step in, you should see the dealers chase that buying. So expect more of a grind up than squeezing at this point. Key point here, right? No more squeezing. More expect dips to be bought and then moves to be made higher. So if you're a bull, you need to be conscious of where those dip buys are. So if you see demand step in, You should see dealers follow along with that dip buying. As long as we stay above that 4,300, that should persist. Okay, so hear all those things, or hear that specific statements that I just made to you. You should see stability, and you should see known demand get bought, and you should see dealers follow right along with that action. So we're going to go over a few things here. Just give me a couple seconds here. You got a downside price target here. If you can get a rejection, only if you can get a rejection. Don't say I said this stupid shit or anything like that. If you get that rejection right there, your downside target will be 431.85. So right in there, you're looking for the rejection. See this one right here? You want to see that rejection right there. You have a downside target. You got to see the rejection, okay? Hold on a second here. I said I'm doing well, and I'm like, maybe I'm not doing so well. So expectations in the next week. If you are a bull, you're paying attention to two things, right? If you're a bear, you're paying attention to two things as well, right? Failure to make a new high, ability to make a new high, right? Those are like something that you want to be eyes on. If you're a bear, you want to be watching that, right? If you're a bull, you want to be watching that. So number one, right? Failure to make a new high or ability to make a new high. Number two, I said two, but it's three. Number two is going to be breaking trend. That's a big one, right? We break trend, and that begins to stop the question of are we going to make a new high or fail to make a new high. So number two is, do we break trend to the downside? And that's not underneath 430. That's just breaking trend. Trend for you, if you're a bull, is going to be the hourly trigger, and possibly the daily trigger, but mostly the hourly trigger. If trend is not broken and the previous high is made and you're a bull, you're going to be looking for supportive action and buying the dip at known demand levels. If you're a bear, a seller, and you see that we failed to make that previous new high, you're going to be looking to sell the fuck out of that, right? Sell the fuck out of that hourly trigger, sell the fuck out of that daily trigger, get underneath it and reverse this shit to the downside and shit and rain all over a holiday rally. I think we've already had 2 holiday rallies, by the way. For this quarter, we've had 2 in my view. I've been paid very well for 2 rallies this quarter. This quarter has actually been very good for bulls. It sounds crazy to you, but it is. And we're likely not done for the quarter. So, anyways, those are the things that you need to be watching out for this upcoming week. Those are the 2 or 3 key things that you're searching for. Don't be listening to I don't care if you're a bear or a bull. Don't be listening to sellers out there telling you why aren't we clearing out those previous fucking pivots, those gaps down below. They know why they want to clear those things now. Like the sooner they clear those gaps down below, and then we don't make that previous high, they know that the market's going to reverse to the ugly downside. They also know, longtime market participants also know that if you do get the new high and pull back to close out those pivots down below, they know they're going to get bought, and they don't want to see those things get bought. They want to see those things fail, right? They want to see us go down and close those gaps, and they want you to think that you're going to buy that dip, and you're not going to notice that we didn't get that previous high, and so they're gonna fucking set your ass, right? Trap you, and send it even lower and lower and lower, and it's gonna be a fucking nasty bloodbath. Remember what I just said to you as a bear, right? I said don't be shorting this until you see the rejection off that 1 minute trigger right here, right? And you want to watch this action right here and see what this action shows you, because I'll tell you what, this thing regains right here, right? Because you have supportive flows. We go back up right here, you're going to get squeezed again. What you're looking for a rejection right here. And you're seeing the pain trade right now for bears. I'm going to show you this right here. The pain trade right now. You're going to start seeing bears get squeezed out. They're going to be like, oh, no, I'm upset and blah, 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 blah. What you'll see happen right here in this pain trade is you're going to see the squeeze up. Bulls want to see a new high right here, right? If you're a bear, by the way, you might be given an opportunity to get out somewhere in here. When you get squeezed out up here, you might be given the chance to at least get out at some point. Here goes your pain right there, brothers and sisters. There goes the pain. Remember, some of you are all out there probably already fucking short, right? Fucking just max short right now. You want to see the rejection here. You need to see the rejection. You want to see the roll and then jump on that. Through 4,300, 415s. Yeah, you can do it now. You can do it at the end of the day. If you're in put spreads, you don't really care about this price action. If you're in put spreads, you just close your fucking laptop and don't come back and look at it until Wednesday. You could trade some 0-day calls and shit like that, like today into Monday or something like that if you wanted to offset it, but you don't do anything. You just fucking place your fucking bet and walk away. I guess you could get max money if you wanted to wait until we hit that red bar up here. If you want to like one of those fucking like to the tick collars and you're like, yeah, I'm going to wait until we get up here and then I'm going to put that put spread on, take it down into next Wednesday. I'm a cool guy. You can do that too. Another option for you over there. So that's the expectations in the next week. Not too much there to say. I don't really have too much more other than that to say to you. If you're thinking, if you want to know from me, do I think we crash or continue to the downside, or if bulls have this, if we're like having a bullish reversal in the marketplace, bears still control this market. That's all I can tell you. Well, the only thing I can tell you is that bears still control this market. Sellers still control this market. They're definitely right here, and they're definitely going to try to rain on your parade, your holiday parade, your no matter what they tell you in the fucking news, all that kind of stuff. Just know that sellers are up here, and they want to rain on your parade without a doubt. And they still control. They still control the downside moves in the market. Now, how do you know if they no longer control the market? It's when you beat this right here. If you can beat this right here, and then successfully backtest it, and you're a bull, I'll switch my thesis back to bulls. Bulls will then be in control of the market. It's definitely not what a bear wants to see, right? And if you see that, if you're a bear, if you're a seller out there, if you see that new high, right? You see this new high up here, and you see that back test get bought, don't be getting all bearish on me. Just turn bull and be tactful again, selling and all that kind of stuff. We're gonna switch back to. We're not switch back because the one thing I'll say here is sellers can easily reverse this and things can get fucking ugly. I'm going to warn you of that too. I got to put that warning out there again. Let me see if we can go to a 30-minute chart here. So I do want to warn you if you're a bull. It's a 30-minute chart for bulls right here, right? I'm going to fucking warn you, bulls, man. I'm going to warn you right here because, you're like, yeah, well, everything's awesome, right? Bam, downside, right? Everything's awesome or above, right? Bam, downside. Hold on here. Dude, what the fuck is with So, we're all hunky-dory, everything is awesome sauce, and you get rolled down here, and you break underneath, and where are we back to again? We're back to fucking more downside to come, right? Now, Vieira and Elliott waiver, you're going to be like, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, 1, 2, 3. Correction over. But I'll tell you what, even though you think that this can continue, I can assure you that this can continue. And the scary part is that daily and weekly trigger crossover here, if that gets confirmed in here, this usually leads to a crash. I'm going to warn you of that. So, and we've had crashes, right? So just be aware of it. Just be aware that this is still in play. That cross is still in play. We have no cross on the daily trigger above the weekly trigger yet. We can next week, but we don't have it yet. So we're still in that. Don't count your chickens before they hatch phase in the market, and be open to that, because you don't want to be caught flat-footed, left-footed, right-footed, whatever it is you are, and be like, hey, Cap, you didn't tell me that there's still risk to the downside, market's crashing, what's going on, that kind of stuff. So just be aware of that into, here's that PT2 right here so you can see it. I'll make it yellow. That's what the bulls want up here into this close. Let's just be aware of it, be conscious of it, and don't be on public being like, it's a new bull run, it's a new day for the bulls, any of that kind of stuff. It's just it's not real. It's not verified yet. So you really don't have a ton to stand on. You really don't have a ton to stand on in terms of it's like you just don't be counting your chickens before it happens. Kind of like the 1987 crash crowd. Oh, don't count your chickens before they hatch, right? Get that confirmation, get the fucking downside move, get the fucking confirmation on the daily trigger crossing down the weekly trigger, and then we'll discuss the 1987 crash. Because if we did reject this, if we reject up here, and if we do reject this and we begin to get underneath, right, and we confirm that cross right there, then they have an actual argument. You're a bear, you actually have an argument. This is real danger right there. That's like danger zone. Danger. That is some dangerous shit right there. So if you see something like that, super hella dangerous. We have no new high. We have no bounce confirmation for a reversal trend change. That's where that'll take place. Until that happens, until you see that right there, you got nothing as a bull. Or you got nothing that you can, you got nothing where you're like, I don't believe you if you're a bull until that happens. No, you could actually see, you would actually see me in a bear suit. You would actually see me in a true bear suit if we began to break underneath this. And started coming down. This would be super bear right here. As a matter of fact, breaking this previous low would be a full bear suit. It'd be all over for the market at that point. You'd see some really nasty selling. Super nasty selling. It'd get fucking violent. Well, you'd still have to do this one down here, but still, you get what I'm saying. You can come down here, but as rejection stuff, all that stuff, it's all saying be a super fucking bear. So and that's when you get truly bearish. That's when you're like, cut the fucking parachute and run. Budweiser's doing pretty well right now, huh? A lot of my tickers, I've been selling out of them. A lot of my shit that I wanted to hold for like 5 years, and that shit's all cranking right now. So I'm almost flat in this market anyways. Almost like completely fucking out of this market. Waiting for late winter and April. So like February, April. And we have to have a talk about that coming up here soon. We got to talk. I wanted to talk about Jerome Powell today. But but I don't think I'm going to. I got to wrap it up into. I have to wrap it up into. I have to roll it and wrap it up into a few things. We have to talk about downside expectations into 2024, what the Fed thinks it's going to do, prevailing thoughts on higher for longer. You saw the jobs stuff. I talked to you guys. I railed on you guys on jobs, didn't I? Last 2 weeks, right? Talked to you guys about unemployment. Talked to you guys about jobs. Talked to you guys about wage inflation. Talk to you about inflation, the stickiness of it, what the Fed looks like to me they're trying to do, which is fucking wild. And it's going to take more than just a day or two for me to wrap all that up for you for an expectation for next year. I'm really wonkied out by all of this. The scam looks like it's on. So sucks to say that, but it does look like it's still on. I really wanted to see 25 BPS. I'll be honest with you. I wanted to see it. And I don't know. I'm not believing the Fed still to this point in a lot of this stuff. Like you need to murder the wage thing, and you're not. The Fed is going to fail in the wage thing. I just read an article 2 days ago from McDonald's, or if all fast food restaurants are raising their minimum wage to $20 an hour. If you want, I can try to pull it up or something. I'm going to try to have it for you next week, but you start paying people. It's not that you shouldn't or can't. I get that you need to, but you're not going to argue with me that if you're going to start having minimum wages of $20, that you're not going to drag all other wages up over the next 4 or 5 years. UAW is starting to sign contracts with people right now across the country. It's the same kind of stuff. And there are a bunch of I've already posted all these other fucking companies, or all these other unions and companies and industries that are raising their pay, and you're going to see everybody else get pulled, dragging in that direction. You know, it's kind of like that screaming asshole, not an asshole, but like some whiny bitch in the background. I shouldn't say some whiny asshole in the background that's whining, and you're just going to drag them ahead in wages. And you know what that shit leads to, right? It leads to a higher price stock market. You start raise. You guys haven't. Made a bunch of posts a week or two ago about sticky inflation and wage price spiral, and not that we're gonna be children of the yen. I think I posted that documentary, but you should watch that documentary. I posted it a week or two ago. You should watch that documentary because it shows where we are headed, even if it's being retarded slightly. And the Fed retarding of that happening is not what we need, and it's not the plan that he has either. And some of this stuff is going to become embedded because of how we're treating inflation and wages, and companies and probably very smart people saying nope, we're going up in price or in wages, and nope, we don't want to drop the price of eggs. We like the price of eggs high here, and you know what? Fuck the system. It's like greed on a whole nother level. If you're like Bob on Main Street, or you're retired, or even if you're young, I want you to know that there are extremely greedy people out there that don't care if they've raised the prices of eggs. They don't want to hear it, and they'll just fight you on your wages as long as possible until you have to raise them so they can max profits, knowing that all the stuff is going up. So yeah, you're going to see rents at, 1-bedroom apartment, right? $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 in 20 years, $5,000, $4,000. I know you don't believe that, but you're going to see it. And you can see it right now. You can kind of see the cracks in the Fed. You can kind of see the cracks in wages. You can see the cracks in pricing not coming down. You can see it in the inflation that is sticky right now. Do you notice that you're not getting anything extra for that stuff? And you might even be getting less. So you're getting higher prices, right? And then you're getting nothing extra for it, right? You're not getting anything extra with those higher prices. And that's like this evil, insidious, not evil, insidious, but greed, right? I don't know if greed's good or bad, but it's greed in the background that's working against you. And it's also wanton, I don't give a fuck about you on Main Street if I'm going to raise prices on you and give you less service or less quality and that kind of stuff. And I'm aware of being that greedy person or that greedy entity that I'll have to raise your wages at some point, and I'll fight you all along the way. Although wherever I have to pay them, I will. So if you're seeing that, at least, right, be aware of it. Like even last week, I was talking to you guys about getting hit with a service charge, right? 20% service charge regardless. And those people, you could see those service people were like, we don't give a fuck. I'm getting my 20%. And I understand that. I get it. And these restaurants don't care either, right? Even the people producing the food don't care at that point. Everybody's getting paid. Nobody cares. So here we go. Nice reversal right here. This is actually good to see for bears. You want to see this right here. This is weakness by the bulls. Failure to get a new high right there. Right. No squeeze up. That's good to see. This is actually kind of bearish here. So I might be taking some puts here in just a minute. So anyways, we got a lot to talk about. We have a lot to discuss about that stuff in the coming days next week because it impacts next year. And how big is that role when it comes, the anticipation of cutting rates? Are they actually going to cut rates? Maybe Jerome's plan is to hold rates up higher for years and years and years. I don't see that happening. I'm not a believer in that it's going to happen. How much that front running is, what's the previous low that we're going to go test, all that kind of stuff, and how ugly is it going to get? Because it's going to get ugly. At some point, we're going to get that recheck, that back check, and check that 350, or check the previous high if we go higher from the high of 2022. So we have a lot to look at into next year. The baseline here, the only thing I could say baseline would be if you're trying to get long in this market permanently, you're probably waiting for February or April at some point to jump in that trade. See what happens here. I'm going to clear some of this out so you can be able to see this. I'm not so sloppy. One quick second here. I want to set up a trade. And one quick second here, guys. One quick second here. Move that up for you right there. Give me one quick second. I got a few things I got to do here. I got to load some data. Fed swap showing more than 100 BPS of easing price for 2024. White House economic advisor Bernstein, job gains at this pace feel right to me. Oh, dude, they're really sucking off that election, aren't they? Really sucking off that election. They're really sucking off that election here. Come on now. I gotta turn this stuff off. One quick second here, guys. Come on now. We got a large note of calls. We got 422,000 calls on 435. Let's see. Dude, why is my fucking internet so slow? Was I downloading movies last night or something, maybe? Wonder if they're going to try to park this and then run it up, creepy crawl it up into the close here. See if they murder these 435s and then run it up. Dude, right here. Come on, dude. I'm having some streaming problems right now, guys. I apologize. Turn that off. Okay. Let's first take a look at see if we can show this over here. Does that work right there? Can I show that? Okay, so Weeble chart. Not Weeble chart. We're going to switch over to seasonality chart right here. And I want to show you guys a couple things here in seasonality. Right there, there's the 217th trading day. It's the 221st trading day. And we're coming into the 213th trading day right now. Okay, so watch that down there. 213th trading day right here. 217th was, so we're coming into the 213th trading day of the year. Up until the 221st trading day of the year. That's 7 more sessions, okay? Basically 7 more sessions. You're going to look for another peak. And then something like this. So this would be looking for that top and then another dip buy for the rest of the next 7 trading days here, okay? So you're going to look for bullishness into beginning of this week and then more bullishness into next week. And then some kind of trading sideways action into late November, mid to late November. A dip in December, and then close the month or close the end of the year strong into end of December. That is SPX seasonality. We'll look at NDX seasonality. Let's see if I can get a. This is a NASDAQ seasonality, and you got. Yeah, you got till NASDAQ should start to top off here sooner than SPX start rounding itself off, and then a slow grind up into end of year. What else? We'll take a look at seasonality of VIX. Next. Seasonality of VIX telling you to look for that slow grind up and then a slow push up into end of the year. So likely coming into a place where if you want to buy the VIX for end of the year, look into that. You might get one nice VIX spike in end of year. So if you're interested in that, let's bring that back over here. Getting a squeeze up right now on SPY. Reversal for the bulls. Coming back up to retest that prior high at 435.90. See if they can take this out right now. Bring that right back there. Just want to see the head poke out right there. Make that I guess I can't make that any. Let's slide that back there. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to place in some we're going to go and look at macro need JPM collar. MBA. Where is Gamma? We're going to go to Gamma. I'll paste in the data for Gamma. Let's take a look at Gamma really quick. See us knocking on the door right here, right at this Gamma node right here. This is a Gamma node. Your next target is 4,400. Looks like an obvious place to short, 4,400. And then your next larger nodes. Next larger node above is 4,450. And then 4,500. You'd need to see more call buying up there to firm up this upside target up here. Gamma flip to the downside is 4290 for negative Gamma. So anything below this, negative. Right? This is where your negative Gamma is. Bulls trying to knock above You can see right here, just trying to slam above this node, slam up into this 145 million node. You can see that it happened earlier over here. Way back here on October 17th. So we can take a look at this here. You can just see it grinding right here, just trying to break, smash into that gamma level right there. It's like slamming up, and then looking for that 4,400. Right now, it's parked, sitting right on that gamma on that node. You see that right there? Just like parked. Supported. Looking for that upside move. Let's also look at, you guys want me to show you this really quick here? Hold on. I'll give you guys a 30-minute chart. You can snap this at home so you can see your gamma profile. There's your gamma flip. Idea here being that you ping pong up here, hit that, right? Pull back down. Any of that stuff gets picked up at minimum, and then you are now going to attack. If you can get call buying, get a bunch of call buying over here, they pull it back, and they come up here and actually tag it. That's 44.50 up there. 45.50 up here. Let's take a look at write that stuff down here. Hold on. Give me a second here. $4,500. Yeah, that's the entire market right there. $45.50. We're going to leave and go to that JPM collar. So that 45.50 is up there. That 45.50 is definitely up there to be tagged into end of quarter. This is available here. This is possible. Not only is that possible, but you also have. Let me see if I can show this to you. Even the gamma profile is showing that there's potential here for this move. But this is possible. The only reason why I'm saying that that's possible up there, 45.50 on any pullback. 45.50 is possible into end of a month. Hold on here. What's going on here? One quick second here. If the market can hold 45.50 for December 31st, that's if the market can hold its trend to the upside. Dude, what the fuck is going on? Hold on here. Having some real issues here. All right, we'll let that work in the background here. So I wanted to show you guys the gamma landscape here and show you why that upside is possible. But it looks like it's not going to happen. Looks like it might not happen here. Hold on. Bring that over. Let me see if I can bring this up for you guys. I want to show you where all the calls and puts are in the market. Let's take a look at, let me take one other look at something else. 10-year yield. We got the Goldman Sachs down here, right? I mean, just look at that. Oof. Yields seem to be holding here. Need that nice firm rejection for that more downside move right there. Yields a little bit strong right now, but looking for that rejection to the downside. Keep an eye on yields. Set an alert at home at $4. I said $4. 4.73%. Look for, if this is a 10-year yield chart, or something like that for more downside to come. And yields to go down to 4.2%, right down there. Keep your eye on yields right here for another downside move. Set an alert at home at 4.73%. That's got kind of a confirmation there, but you could set it lower. You could set it at 4.6 if you really wanted to. I'd set an alert at 4.6% and 4.73. See if it just keeps, because it is rejecting off this half an hour. You see it right there? See it right there? So set an alert at 4.6%. Target of 4.2% on US 10-year. Hold on a second. Check SPX really quick. And look at that shit, huh? 4,300. We literally need to stay. We literally just need to stay parked right here. Just need to stay above this right here. All we need to do is stay above that right there. We're good to go. That's it. Should get a nice fat dip by Monday. Sorry, I'm checking this. Checking to make sure that all this needs to do is stay down here. Just can't have any of that down there. Can't have any rejection down there. Damn, just grinding right now. No new high here. Failure to get a new high right here. Not bullish, just neutral here. Not bearish or anything, just neutral. Gamma flip, all you need to know is that you're positive above and negative below. The simplest way. So dealers will tend to, if we're in positive gamma, you'd expect dips to be bought. You'd expect low volatility. That means we grind up slowly to the upside. Below the gamma flip, when we're into negative gamma, what you really need to know is expect volatility, expect large downside moves, expect any rip to be sold, expect any dip not to be held. And we're in a negative regime here, and we're targeting. We've got magnets below that of lower puts to tag. When we're in positive gamma and you've got a large concentration of calls to the upside, you're looking to tag those calls, but it should grind slowly up and tag those calls. That's like the big thing for you to take away, or the simplified thing for you to take away. If you got a bunch of puts on the downside below the gamma flip to the downside, they're gonna seek out to get close, maybe not tag, but get close to those large gamma nodes. And you inverse everything from a bull perspective. God damn, I'm fucking feeling sick again right now. My stomach's hurting me again. Give me 5 seconds. I'm going to take a quick 5-second break. I'm going to stand up and just go outside and get some air. I got the news squawker on for you here, and I'm going to turn on some. I'll turn on some CNBC. One quick second here. Give me a 5-minute break here. This looks like not consolidation, but grinding. Looks like they're going to try to kill these 435s into the bell.
To achieve that, and going through a potential merger, which will take some time, and laying out the synergies and merging the businesses during a recession, may be an opportune time to take that opportunity, and that's the way we see it. But again, the Six Flags has not spoken to us specifically, or any of us about.
Dude, why am I getting such fucking horrible ass
the deal? So we're making our own assumptions on that, Morgan.
It's
talking about Six Flags right now.
Out, it seems to me like every time I look up, Six Flags.
Yeah, 5-minute break. I'll go outside and get some air. Make sure I get some oxygen coming in.
Company. There has
be
not
right
been
back
much
with you guys.
stability there over the past decade or so. Who's going to control this operation? Is it Cedar Fair?
It's a great question, and you're better off not being a covering analyst with that much change.
Right.
It just makes all the much harder. The answer to your question, Tyler, is that the
Cedar
Fair
too.
Management team is going to run the business and control 51% of the merged entity as it's proposed right now. The current CEO at Six Flags would be executive chairman, so not a day-to-day execution role. And that is, in our view, a compelling, positive here as well.
Do you have a favorite choice in this universe that you follow?
Well, so again, we only cover Six Flags and not Cedar Fair. As you're probably aware, we also cover, quite a bit in regional gaming. We cover sports betting. We cover hotels, and it feels to me right now as though almost all of them have reported earnings since Monday morning. And look, what I would say, and what we have said many times over, is that the sports betting category, which is a nascent business in the United States and still growing globally, does not require a view on the macroeconomy, which is one of the incredible confusions about my coverage today, our coverage today, and frankly, all the consumer groups across Jefferies. But for sports betting to work, you don't need a view on the economy, and that's why we have favored it.
All right, very interesting answer. Thank you, David. Appreciate it. David Katz And coming up, we're going to continue our coverage of funflation with the CEO of Live Nation. That company got a boost from Taylor Swift and others this summer. And so how can they keep it up, especially if the economy goes a little soft? But first, huge debate in San Francisco about driverless cars. So Deirdre Boza decided to see for herself. She took a ride in a robo-taxi. It was all going well until it wasn't. That's next on Power Lunch.
I'll be right back with you guys. Give me 2 minutes. I'm gonna go outside. Gotta catch some air real quick. God, I wish I wasn't this fucking sick, dude. It's like waves. Pissing me off, man, to no fucking end.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Self-driving cars are now a reality in San Francisco, but they have not come without issues. For today's Tech Check, our Deirdre Boza looks at the battle over autonomous vehicles in the city by the Bay. Deirdre.
Yes, so Tyler, the promise and the chaos of self-driving cars has been on display in San Francisco streets for a few months now. The two major players are GM's Cruise and Alphabet's Waymo. I went for a ride along to see for myself, and I talked to execs from across the industry, but it was definitely in the back seat of a Cruise ride that I had the most dramatic experience. We just went around a car with its emergency lights on. It did it pretty smoothly, but now we're behind a car that's trying to park. He got out. Oh my gosh. And he kicked it. I'm gonna put up my window. So this guy just kicked the car, and now we're calling support. This is stressful. Oh my gosh. Oh, he just spat on the car. Those were the most stressful few moments I've had in a car in recent memory. As the number of driverless cars on the road increased, so too did the problems.
There have been 75 plus incidents, and so to me it's like playing Russian roulette. We are the last line of defense for most people. Seconds matter. If it takes us a minute to go around the block because there's a vehicle in the way, that puts the people in that building more at risk, It puts that building more at risk, and it puts my firefighters more at risk.
We have a hotline for first responders. It's one of the things we built in response to feedback. So both police and fire department can call a number, and we can very quickly do things like relocate a vehicle that's in the way. Data about every collision is reported both at the state and federal level. We've shown video footage with first responders and things like that when it's appropriate, but that's got to be very carefully controlled in order to maintain the privacy of our customers.
We tried out Waymo as well. While Cruise had more robotaxis on city streets, Waymo has been testing longer. Both companies say they've logged more than 1 million driverless miles.
That's interesting. It took the opportunity to squeeze through a pretty narrow space and did so fine. Actually doing better than the drivers around us. And I gotta say, one word to describe this ride, unremarkable. We didn't get honked at once. There was one incident where I thought maybe we cut someone off. It was uncertain, but it's been really smooth.
So what happened to us in the Cruise robotaxi, it was nothing compared to the incident that led to the suspension of all of its operations a few weeks ago. After our ride, a Cruise rolled over a pedestrian that was struck by another car in a hit and run and then dragged her 20 feet. And that has raised a lot of questions about the future of this industry. But on the flip side, guys, if they can get it right, and Waymo, as you saw, feels a lot further ahead here, there's the promise of safer and less congested roads. Be sure to check out the whole piece on CNBC's YouTube channel and CNBC.com. Big thanks to producers Andrew Evers and Laura Batchelor, who really put this together and even acted as stunt drivers for part of the shoot.
It was really fascinating to watch your test drive of this, Deirdre, and I was curious. You mentioned Cruise and what's happened there with their licenses, but I was curious about what the demand picture is looking like in a city like San Francisco. I mean, I was speaking with one person whose daughter apparently, is part of a wait list to be able to have access to some of these autonomous rides, especially at night because of the safety factor associated with that and not having to interact with a human driver from that standpoint. How are citizens and residents actually responding to this?
Right. So it's been in service since August, but many, many people have to be on a wait list. Although a lot of people I know are actually off the wait list and using them often. So I was on the wait list until this shoot. And it seems that there's high demand. But again, regulators are trying to find the right balance between having a certain number of rides on the road and balancing the safety of it and a more, more wise rollout, more of a balanced rollout. Cruise, though, now are not able to operate without the driver, so that's going to slow down their race. But you bring up a good point, Morgan. You think about, if you're going to put young kids in an Uber or a Lyft, you don't necessarily know who the driver is. This kind of solves that problem, but you have to balance that with a danger that they might pose on the roads to pedestrians.
Deirdre, I'm sure the moment where that guy got out of the car and confronted you was unsettling for you, but I loved how unsettling it was for him when he came back and he was getting ready to yell at the driver, and there was no driver. There was no driver.
Yeah, that is what I remember most, his face when he got out and approached the vehicle and saw that there was no driver, and then his eyes immediately went to me, and I was completely helpless. I think I put up my arms and said, I don't know what to do. I can't move this car. I can't do anything. And you saw the wheel move, but the car didn't move. And
had your car made contact with his?
It didn't make contact with his. He wanted to back up, and we just wouldn't move.
Yeah.
But I have to say, when I was in that Cruise ride, we were honked at at least 5 times. So there's a lot of close calls. And this was, I should say, through the Tenderloin district, which is one of the most, if not the most difficult area to navigate in the city.
Well, the car did come in contact, it seems, with his foot at the very least. Deirdre, thank you. Thank you for your courage. Thank you for what you do for CNBC and our viewers.
Glad to. It was important lessons learned, though. And I will say, though, just as an end note, the Cruise was wild, but the Waymo was really an indication that some of these are ready for prime time. It was uneventful, therefore boring, and probably ready for the roads.
Deirdre Bosa, thank you. Even with prices for travel and events remaining high, demand hasn't slowed down yet, at least in the case of Expedia. We'll explain why that name is surging. It's up almost 18% right now when Power Lunch returns.
Mic check. Let's see here. Top left screen. What do I gotta do here? Close. And then I got, what else I got here? Do this.
Fed's Powell says he supports the new SIFI plan.
Post that right there. Camera.
So Powell does not mention monetary policy in the FSOC remarks.
Bring this down right here. I feel like something's wrong here. I don't know why, but
And SEC's Gensler says he supports the new financial risk framework. That is the framework suggested by US Treasury Secretary Yellen, the headline we put out earlier.
all right, I got some I got 436 Cs for today. We'll see if we can get this up move into the close.
Tick Strike allows you to actually
2:30 in the afternoon. I have another half an hour until power hour. We'll find out which way we're going.
At tickstrike.com.
We got 436 Cs for end of the day.
Welcome back to Power Lunch, everybody. As the markets are rallying once again today, you see it right there. They're now up 263. This morning's Goldilocks jobs report lending a little more credence to the idea that the Fed might be done argument. Now let's get a look at the bond market. Rick Santelli is in Chicago for us. Hi, Rick.
Hi, the color is green this week. Whether
Thanks,
it's the
Spaceman.
prices
Appreciate it,
of
brother.
Treasuries, which have been
Going through this weird
higher,
thing right
pushing
now.
yields
I
down,
feel
or
great,
as
and then I
you just
don't
talked
feel
about,
great.
Tyler, all the green in the three major stock indices.
Yeah, we got to talk about that Fed might be done shit, and dude, we got so much shit to talk about. It's not even funny. Yeah, like market is green, so that's what the plan is here. Touch and go. Fucking last week talking about 1987 crashes. Like, I kid you not, it's a fucking soap opera that never ends with CNBC. It's like never-ending soap opera. Yeah, I'm very sick. I am in like the weird sick. So I appreciate the support right now. I need it. I'm not feeling well. Like I feel great, and then I don't feel good, and then I'm like, I need air, so I'm gonna go outside and get some air. Then I get the air, and I feel great. I'm like, ooh, this feels good. Come back inside, nice crisp cold air. Apple. Let's talk about Apple earnings. Apple earnings were fine. They were good. Nothing bad about Apple earnings that I can say. I saw some people say about Apple that it was bad earnings. Good question, by the way. I heard bad things about Apple earnings, and let's take a look at it really quick. So let me bring up Apple real quick. I think we charted out the upside and downside expected moves, didn't we? Thought that we did. You know, Apple looks fine to me. Nothing looks wrong here. I think we said 182 was the upside target. Here's Apple right here in a 1 minute chart. They hit their upside target for the implied move for today, right? So dealers are happy. They couldn't be any happier, right? Pigs and shit right here. And I don't know if this is the downside expected move for the week, but it looks like it is. So you've got the upside target already hit. You get the downside target already hit.
NYMEX WTI.
And we have to close out the 30th. Now we do have some range expansion after. Whoop,
at $80.51 a barrel. That's down $1.95.
We do have some expected range expansion to the upside and downside into next week. So if you're looking for a dip to buy, you know where that is, right? 168. And you are going to be looking for some higher highs up here. Now, overall, Apple's earnings were fine. They were not bad. Everyone's like, they had to be this, they had to be that. Let's be clear about Apple. Super clear. They didn't have any they didn't have any major misses. If you have a major miss, even if you have a good ER, expect major downside to come. So if you've got like a major miss, expect major downside to come. Right now, this looks like a function of dealers, and it's the market position of Apple, and it's how much of the market it makes up. It doesn't look like anything crazy. Now, did you see anything that was crazy, awesome sauce for Apple? No. Did you see anything that was major negative for Apple in relevance to right now? No. I'm sorry you did not. Now, saying that, right, I'm going to go back to SPY here. Saying that, is it good for, or is it like majorly good for Apple 5 or 10 years from now? No, I wouldn't say that. And I wouldn't say that there was anything to help Apple over time. It's like anything wow. And I don't see anything. The only thing that I see major negative is what I said to you the other day about Apple, is that until you see them say something like, we have now ingrained ourselves into a product that people need to use, a new product that people need to use everywhere in their life. There aren't many of those, right? Phones, watches, socks, shoes, fucking bra, underwear, car is another one, right? So wherever they want to pick, however they want to ingrain themselves, that's what they need over the next 5-10 years to be still considered a growth company. We didn't get any of that in their report. So I'm not bearish on Apple in any way, shape, or form. I'm more neutral and hold the standard on Apple right now. Matter of fact, let's look at some next week. It is Friday, so let's look at some of the reports that we have coming out next week, because we still are not done yet with earnings for next week. So let me take a look at next week's earnings here. Give me one quick second here. Let's look at coming up next week. Hold on here. Stock earnings calendar for, this is what I'm looking for here. Yahoo. Give me one quick second here. So for next week, on Monday, I might not have all of them in front of me. Some people may not have announced their reports yet, or might change their report. But for Monday, we've got Vertex Pharmaceuticals, Realty Income Corporation, FANG, Ryanair is a big one. That's on. These are all on Monday. Ryanair is 5.0% expected move. A big one for Monday is going to be PAM, PAM, and they look like they're market open. Let me take a look at PAM really quick and see if I can see anything here. Hold on a second here. Let me turn some of this stuff off. Let's see if there's anything worth looking at here for Monday. Anything that sticks out. 30-minute chart. One big one here is PAM. positioning is short in it right now. It's trading $38. PAM Energy. Take a look at these guys here. Man, they look good. Slow mover, slow grinder. Been coming up since October 2020. Just grinding higher, grinding higher. They're coming back down into their monthly right now. They have a cross coming up here at 39.57. They have an expected move in their earnings next week of Pampa Energia, 11.7% move. I haven't checked the call, if they even have calls and puts yet. This could be a sleeper ticker. It does have options. I don't see a lot of OI. Spreads are kind of shitty on this ticker. Looks like you're going to be being filled by dealers and not. So the options market on this ticker is kind of dog shit. Might be able to short this fucking thing. So look at PAM. PAM is the ticker. Papa Alpha Mike. So PAM. They have 11.7%. They're on the open. They report on the open on Monday. So we can't find anything else here on Monday that's important that I can see. Oh boy, Ring Central 12.8%. Let me check those guys out. Ring Central. See anything on these guys? They've got they're pretty fucking bearish right now. They've been bearish. They're actually looking bullish to me. That might be one to look at. Ring Central, bullish on it, to $32. So that's RNG. Oh, we got Riot Blockchain. Let's take a look at Riot. Riot's kind of fascinating right now. Riot's trading $11.37. Has a lot of consolidation in it. And it wants to break above $12.24. Seems to be where all the sellers are right now. But I'm going to go bullish on Riot. Now, I don't know what their short interest is. They're at the open on Monday as well. They have a 9.9% implied move. But I do like them.
Brent crude futures settle at $84.89 a barrel.
See what else we can see here.
$1.96 or 2.26%.
Oh, Argo. I haven't traded Argo in a while. They're only expecting 1.1% move. OPK. I think we've traded these guys. OPK Health has got a 70% implied move.
Get free daily pivot points,
OPK
Fibonacci and market profile levels by signing up at tothetick.com.
I think we've traded these guys before. Oh, they're dirt cheap, $1.70. I'm bullish on this company here. They have a report on Monday. Dirt cheap. I don't really want to talk about these guys because they're I don't know if I should be talking about this because I'm going to stop talking about these guys because they're probably fucking. You could probably push this ticker around, and I don't want to push it around. But look up OPK in your own time. Shouldn't have talked about that one. What else do I see here? Oh, Vimeo, 18% implied move on Vimeo, VMEO. I just want to say I'm bullish on that. Let's look at Vimeo really quick. Huh. I'm bullish on Vimeo as well. Vimeo trading right now $3.26. Price target above $3.78. So I'm bullish on that ticker as well. That's a Monday. They had an 18.7% implied move. They report after the bell, it looks like, on Monday. We got Gladstone. Who else we got going? Groupon. Groupon's got 17.8% implied move. You guys got a GRPN. You guys got a bunch of meme shit looking to report. Groupon. Let's see what they're talking about. Wow, Groupon. Groupon's coming into a 6-trigger cluster here. And they're trying to make a comeback. Okay, Groupon. Groupon here. If Groupon can get above $15.51, they could easily take out 23 and 35 and trade $46. Groupon, I'm bullish on them too. I know. I haven't heard these fucking names in a long time. Groupon, bullish. Fucking Groupon, bullish on Groupon. Now, some of these tickers are probably heavily shorted, but I am bullish on these tickers. So you might, if they're highly shorted, the move might come after their earnings, right? You won't see the squeeze. You'll see it after. So maybe you're trading it out one or two expiries. What else do I see in here? This is just Monday so far. Apron. Let's look at Blue Apron. APRN. These guys all have huge implied moves here. Blue Apron, destroyed to the depths of hell. They have a really weird consolidation going on right now, and they've got a cross coming up here. So Blue Apron's got a lot of wonkiness, okay? Hold on here. Give me a second. I got to check this somewhere else. Hold on here. I got to look at them like this. Blue Apron. Did they just have their earnings? They just ripped faces off $5.45. And they just had a bullish cross. So I'm bullish on them as well, I guess. I've been drinking tea with honey. So thank you. I appreciate that. I'm actually bullish here on Blue Apron to 1654 and closing a bunch of gaps on their upside as well. Blue Apron. I don't know why I'm fucking bullish on this. Somebody must own it. Somebody's got to own it. Market maker or something. So we got a shit ton of shitty companies reporting on Monday with a lot of volatility ahead for those tickers. Maybe there's a basket for these meme stocks that you could trade for Monday. Hold on here. Next week. Wait a minute. That's Monday the 6th. Tuesday the 7th. We've got Gilead Sciences. We've got Uber. Let's look at Uber really quick. Because I know that one's gonna be a big one. I want you to know that I'm long here. If you don't know, I'm sitting on 436 Cs. For this close, we are getting a new high right now. I'm going to try to run this up into the close. It's now 2:45. We've got 15 minutes left until the power hour. And my thoughts is they're going to go up there and tag that price target up there, either now or by 4 p.m., maybe 6 p.m. Sometimes they try to fuck around with this shit. They'll do it after the close. We'll just keep following this grind all the way up. So Uber, we'll talk about them. Datadog, 9.2 Datadog. eBay. What else we got here? eBay. We got eBay, Datadog, Uber. Let's take a look at Uber for Tuesday. Uber is before the open on Tuesday, so we should do that one right now. Let's go over and let's go to a trigger screen here. Let's talk some earnings for next week. Uber. Now, remember, you have to consider market. You have to consider market conditions as well with these tickers. It's a 30-minute chart right here. They have a 6.6% implied move for Tuesday. Let's look at it on a one-day chart and see if they're still selling out. Weekly's not looking good. Daily looks good on this chart here. This is all bullish here. This is the dragon head. You see it right there, right? Come up here, bam, bam, come back down, and then boom, start to rip higher. So Uber for Tuesday. I'm going to expect all this here to be taken out before Tuesday, and then a sell the news kind of an environment. So Uber for Tuesday. I'm going to expect this move here to right about there. Then I'm going to expect Uber's report is going to be sell the news. And it's going to get sold right back down here to this consolidation line right over here. So expected move here for or not. That's not the expected move, but that's what I expect Uber to do, is be bullish up into their ER. Would not be caught dead long on Uber if it's up here trading 58 or 60 bucks or anything like that. Don't be long. Don't get caught long. 6%. They only have an upside expected move on Tuesday to right here. But I think they get a good ER. And I think it gets sold. So I think you're going to get a great ER. Here goes your great ER, right? You come in a Tuesday. Everything is awesome. One more squeeze up. Find all these sellers up here. And sell this thing back down. Take the money and run into their ER. So bullish on Uber into their ER or wherever price is up here. If you see price tag out here into their ER, don't bother trading this bullshit. It's more a matter of trying to get that short on. So price will matter whenever Uber's Tuesday morning. If they're up here at any point, put that short on at $60, $62 on Uber. Bullish into their ER, but I want to sell the fuck out of this up here. So right there, just like that for Uber. Oh, yeah, baby. Trading 39 cents right now. I got a 100% trade on me right now. Hold on a second here. I got something I got to do. Give me one quick second here. No, I'm going to stay long here. I want to see that all this get taken out here before I get out. So I was wondering if I should take this off, but I'm not gonna. Keep an eye on trading 39 cents right now. So that's Uber. I'm bullish into. What I think they're gonna do is print up into their ER, and then it's gonna be sell the news. So Uber look for sell the news into their ER. That's there's Uber's. This is Uber's chart right here. Next I'm going to look at is what's one you guys like here? Should we do Datadog really quick and just take a quick look at it? Is that Datadog? Yeah. I fucking haven't traded that shit and for God knows when either. Look at that hot mess in there. This is Datadog. Looking, talk about a hot mess, right? Yahoo, baby. Woo, yeah, baby. I gotta get long. Oh shit, is it coming back? Yeah, bro, we're going to the moon. No, we aren't. Fuck you. Yeah, suck it. Is it ever coming back? Yeah, bro, I promise it is. Nope, psych. I just wanted to get my ass out of there. You got me out over here. Doom. Where's capitulation on Datadog? Way down there at $30. Way down there at $30. So Datadog. Well, let's take a look at them. See what they're saying. Datadog is bullish, but saying that, just another reason to grab some liquidity to sell it down to fucking zero. So I'm bullish here on Datadog to $86. You might tag out at 90 or 93, but it's just for liquidity to head down to the opposite side. So if you're a Datadog hater, set some alerts above at $90, $93.86. I expect them to trade $30 at some point, believe it or not. So overall bearish on Datadog. I want to see that shit come back to $30. And but I am bullish into their ER. They have a 9.5% expected move. They're trading $82, so another $8. Trade that 90 up here. Sounds about right up in here. So expectation on Datadog would be bullish, but just another excuse to. Oh, I guess I can't. Another excuse to sell to the downside. Just looking for some liquidity grab. This might take place after their ER as well. You got a good report, they pin it, and then it rips to the upside the following ER, and then that's where you grab some liquidity for another downside move in Datadog. So ultimately bearish on Datadog, but bullish into their ER. eBay. Holy shit, dude. 41 cents right now. Fuck yeah. eBay. 30-minute chart on eBay. Same thing here. eBay, I'm going to go with bearish into their ER. So they report on Tuesday. They have a 6% expected move. They're trading $40 right now. I'm going to expect this to sell. I'm going to expect this to continue to go up for their ER and sell right back down. So boy, some of these tickers, I'll tell you what. eBay, I guess I'm bullish to $43.50, but no, I'm kind of, this is saying be bullish on eBay down here. Let me look on a one-day chart here. You know, I disagree. Said I was bearish. Probably the most bullish pick for next week so far. I'm bullish eBay. I'm extremely bullish in eBay. That bounce right there, look at that bounce, squeeze up. I'm pretty fucking bullish here. All right, I guess I'm wrong. eBay. Bullish. I said down right here. I don't agree with that down. Can take that back. This is the eBay chart for. This is the eBay chart for. I believe this is Tuesday. So I'm going to show you what I think for Tuesday. I think you get the squeeze up. You pull back on Tuesday. You're going to pull back here on Tuesday, and then you're going to get that move up here higher into their next expiry. So something like that. I'm actually bullish here on eBay. So nice call spread here on eBay would be nice. Put a couple expiries on it. I'm actually bullish here on eBay. So that's Tuesday. Let's go Wednesday the 8th. Should I take the money here and get out of here, or should I go all the way up to R3? R3 is up here at 436.61. Just let this grind out right here. Five more minutes left. Hold on. I'm probably going to take the money and run. Hold on a second here. I got a sell order in. I want to see if this thing fills. Yep, and that's it. Just like that, I went from 39 cents down to 34. And I'm flat here. Okay, so Wednesday on the 8th. What do we got here? Warner Brothers, HubSpot, Roblox. Woof. I told you last week that I was bullish on Roblox. So I'm going to look at Roblox next, RBLX. Someone asked me if I thought that I was bullish on Roblox. I charted this one out for you, and I am. Just so you can see this charting. We already did this chart last week for you guys. Trigger screen. We're trading above right now. You guys remember we did this? I think this was with Stacy or with Jill Natolo. The expectation here is we trade up, trade that $37, come right back down. Now they report, I believe, on Wednesday. They have a 12% move expectation on Wednesday. Let me see what this is here. This is Wednesday right here. This is the morning of Wednesday. And they're expecting that 12% upside move. So I guess some of you up there are thinking that we don't get the pullback. That you just go up there and just trade that 50 or that $42 or $41 on their ER. I'm not so sure on that. I think that you get the push up into their ER and then it pulls back. You get the move later. So I think you're going to get the move later on their ER. So pay attention to Roblox into their ER. If it sells down, you might actually catch that nice dip buy for a great trade after their ER. So far right now, though, still heading higher, still looking for that sell signal above here. You're going to get one up here, I guarantee it. They're going to try to sell you down here. Then you got some other crap back here to attend to over here. I see it. I see the trade up here, but I don't know if you actually get the move until later. You get this other high target above here, $50. That's the ultimate thing for you as a Roblox trader. And so right now this all looks good. I like it still bullish on it. We charted this one out for you last week. Hold on here. Main screen. So that's Roblox. They have a 12.3% implied move. I think you trade up into their ER. I think you get the downside move, and then it goes up on Roblox. And I wanted to bring up Apple again. Remember we talked about Apple before the report, and I said whatever direction the market is heading in, Apple should trade that after their ER, right? I went back and showed you 6 or 7 Apple ERs, and I said, hey, unless they come out with something really nasty or something really crazy that you haven't heard, right? Crazy news, expect Apple to trade with the market, and it should trade with the market. So just a heads up with that. So Apple should follow the market in the coming weeks. Just a side note there. We got Unity Software. Oh, I bet there are a bunch of fucking Unity regards are out there. Twilio, I bet you there's a bunch of Twilio regards out there. What else? Should I do Twilio? Oh, dude, C's was another. I bet there's a bunch of locked in that shit too. IONQ, one of our favorites around here. They have a report on Wednesday. Rocket Lab, Wednesday. Dude, huge reports. AMC on Wednesday. Is there like a basket of all these things that we can just trade about? Anybody out there in the chat know of a basket of, I know there's a bunch of ETFs that are focused just on, what we should probably do is look at, I wonder if we should look at the inverse Kramer and long the inverse Kramer and bury that fucking thing into the depths of hell. The inverse Kramer ETF or something like that, and go against that that ETF. Because there's a bunch of these fucking companies reporting next week. All these dog shit companies. There's like some asshole out there in a strip mall like the Howell and Sons hedge fund. And they've got like a basket of all this dog shit they got to unload. Got to close all these shorts before they reports. Oh, dude, WeWork. Yeah, baby, WeWork. Let's look at WeWork really quick. Oh, yeah. Let's look at WeWork. Depths of, look at that shit. I got to look at WeWork here. Hold on. WeWork. What happened, bro? 87 cents. How soon are we going into bankruptcy? Oh, WeWork. Hold on, I gotta look at options on WeWork. Hold on a second here. Oh, I was born a gambling man, trying to make the best that I can. I gotta trade this. Okay, so WeWork reports on Wednesday. They're expected to, I don't know. I think they got like a 300. I'm surprised they only have a 56% implied move on Wednesday. I want to monitor WeWork. I'm interested in longing WeWork here, believe it or not. Let's have a look at this bad boy here. Yeah, this one's saucy right here. This one is dangerous as fuck. This kind of thing where you just throw a bunch of fucking throw a fucking $1,000 at it on whatever calls are available. I'm looking at their options chain. It's looking pretty fucked up right now. WeWork is like, yeah, I'm looking at them right now, and it's looking like it says 0 down here is their year. Yeah, their year tag is right at fucking 0. Oh boy, WeWork. There seems to always be a magic number of like 36, and I always remember like 36 cents and 60 cents being important. Keep WeWork on your set an alert at like 60 cents and 35 cents, maybe 40 cents on WeWork, and you might actually get. I know they're gonna go bankrupt, but they have a chance of at least printing some cash. WeWork, that fucking thing is probably, what is that shorted to? It's got to be like shorted to. Got to be shorted to. Here's Spoos just grinding up, trying to hit that price target. Big old grind into the close right now. I'm flat right now. I sold out of those calls. I got triggered out. Had some stops on them. They were gone. Took my stops, and now it's back to running again. But I made a bunch of money, so I can't complain. What else do we have here? Ooh, MMAT is reporting. Wednesday's got shit tons of reports. Wednesday's got like, what do I do? Do you guys want me to do AMC for Wednesday? I guess AMC would be the most interesting one, right? Twilio, Unity. I guess I'll do Unity and I'll do AMC next. So let's do AMC. They already had a big move. GME already had a big move. Looks like they're getting it out of their system already, right? Oh, man. You want to trade that up there, don't you? You got nothing there. You got this one now that's looking like it's doing it. Like it wants to go there. I bet you fucking all these AMC monsters are saying we're going to trade that $13. As long as you stay on trend, yes, you can for AMC. Same thing as back here. You can't be breaking. I want to show you guys something here. I want to show you guys something important. So oftentimes traders or investors or meme traders, it's shit like this where they don't like you see that we're on trend. Come back down to that buy zone and it gets sold, right? And there's no stops there, right? So it's like, fuck, I'm caught in here now, right? Come back up here. oh, please let me out. And nope, they're not going to let you out. They're going to squeeze you down some more, right? But this is the key one right here is, are you holding this or not? Right? And the hourly trigger. And so right here, same thing. Right? Yeah, you want to buy the dip on AMC? Sure, you can buy it on the hour and the half hour. $10. Do you put stops under here? Every fucking time. Do you guys put stops out there? Probably not. I'm going to go with probably not. You probably don't put stops under here, right? You're like, I'm going to buy the dip down here, and then you're like, hey, did you sell down here when we did this? Did you sell? No. What did you sell that? Nope. You know, it's not. You can't help anyone that gets caught in this kind of stuff. So as long as this holds down here, I'll still give it to you. You can get up there and trade that $13. Do I think you trade higher than that? Do I think you trade this right here, $20, 1939, on some kind of crazy report, or even Valhalla at $25 on AMC? I doubt it. I doubt it. I think you're going to get panic sellers here and even up here. You've got an implied move on AMC of, what do you have as an implied move for AMC? Where was the, I want to look for AMC up here. I don't know where the fuck it is. Hold on. We'll go back to Unity here in just a minute. I know AMC's on Wednesday. AMC 12.4% implied move. Boy, they ain't giving you much, are they, huh? They're telling you, fuck you, that's the most you're going to get. Boy, they're real shitheads, aren't they? That's all they're telling you you're going to get right there. They're like, that's the best you can expect right now on AMC. That's what they're telling you right there. Personally, I don't know. What's my thoughts here on AMC? Keep riding the wave up and sell that hourly trigger. I don't see any, like I see the hourly crosshair over the daily trigger. I see the turn up on the daily trigger. That's all positive. But your velocity on the daily is too high. And I see that big bad boy down there, and then you're just getting new highs right now. Let's check on some prior. I mean, you seem to sell this stuff up here. 137. Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing like the reason to go up. Like I see the reason to go up down here. I also see like a topping action over here. So, yeah, I guess I'll give you this. But man, low. Right there. I'll give you this, okay? There you go. AMC, bullish off 10 and change here, $10, and a price target to the upside of $12. That's what you get for your earnings. Do I think you're going to get like a scam, bullshit news and bloodbath on AMC earnings? I don't. I think you're going to see a claim that things are looking up for movies and for cinema and return to cinema over time, and it'll be a tailwind for AMC. So there you go. Tailwind for AMC, but I don't see you getting above that $12. Next one we're going to do really quick is Twilio, I believe. Oh, we got Lyft. Dude, we got Lyft. Everybody's fucking. We got C's. We got Rocket Lab. I don't know if I can do all these today. I'm going to have to come over here and do a show for you guys on. I'll have to do a show here for you on Saturday or Sunday because we got so many fucking reports. If I can do a show this weekend, I will. You got so many tickers here. I'm looking at Wednesday. Wednesday reports are insane for meme stocks. Thursday, we have Neo, 6.4% move. Tapestry, Dillard's, Wix.com, Valvoline, that's a good one. GoodRx, 15% implied move. Six Flags was talked about today on CNBC. You know what? We might do a show this weekend. We got Digi. What else is in here? Kelly Services. We got some good companies here to be fucking trading. A whole bunch of small caps, mid caps. Whole bunch of fucking meme stocks. What else am I looking at here? Thursday, a little bit lighter, though, in terms of meme stocks. Jesus, we got a shit ton of reports on Thursday, too. Shit ton of reports on Thursday. Man, we might have to... Whoa, SPY rolling over there. Thankfully, I'm not in any calls. Thankfully, I took the money and ran. Friday, we got Breeze, baby. Hell yeah, Breeze is on tap. So we got to do Breeze. We got to talk about Breeze for sure. You know, we might do a show this weekend because I got to look. Wednesday is going to be a big day. And we got to, do I want to buy this? Hold on here. What's going on here? $3:13 in the afternoon. Do we get the power hour or sour hour into this close? Do we get the creepy crawly up into the close? You want me to do on next? Do you guys want to do Unity right now too? I gotta throw up here. Long again here. Long on 436. One more time. I wish I'd caught that bounce right there. Didn't. Hoping I don't get reversed here. 5-minute triggers holding right now. See if this goes up. I'm going to do on semiconductor. Ooh, I like that. I like them too, believe it or not. Uh-oh. Can't be getting droopy into this close here. What are you going to do? You guys want to do on, like ON, ticker symbol ON, like on semiconductor? Say something. Say it again. I'm missing what you guys are saying here. Hold on, let me go. It's going up. I'm going to tell you that it's going up. Let's look it on. Give me one quick second here. So on semiconductor, coming into its monthly trigger, it's got a rejection point here at 69.33. This is on, by the way. Here you go. On must stay above $67. They should get 70. They'll get 70 right there. Upside price target on it. $80. This is on. I do want to say something to you, though. Don't forget this, okay? We're going to talk about something here. I want to talk to you guys about on really quick, okay? So I want to discuss something with you. We're coming into end of the year, and there can be some tax harvesting with on, where you may not actually see that squeeze up there. This is what I want to show you here. And this is what your thought is right there. We're going to squeeze up into on. But I see more downside to come for them. So I'm bearish on overall. Whatever squeeze this gap you want to close up here, I still think that it's going down. So key points here on is if there's any rejection on this monthly, not bullish. So if you start to see any kind of nonsense like this and it starts to drag ass down here, ultimately we're going down. $45. Got me? And even if you go up here, I still think you come back down to reality. So upside target, $80. Just another opportunity to sell this shit down to 46. So overall bearish on. And you're going to expect that to happen by springtime. I'm getting trapped here. I gotta watch my calls here. Hold on here. I got some shitty cheap calls for the close here. They're trying to sell me down. Rejected me on this 1 minute down here. Oh, shit. I want to see this 5 minute hold. Stops are going to be below this red line right here. Not good. Don't like seeing that. Don't like seeing this right here. That's bad news. They're going to try to blast me down, grab my stops. Just going to pay close attention to this here. I'm bullish on to close that gap. But I do think it's going to get distributed, so to the downside. So overall into spring and into springtime and late winter and fall, expect to see that $50. That gap closure to the down, or that gap closure to the upside should get sold off. I'm bleeding again right now. Yeah, I don't doubt that. The dealers are going to grind those calls. They're going to try. They're going to try to pin this at 435 into the bell. I'm hoping for the creepy crawly up into the wall. That's my plan, at least. I'm hoping for that. I'm hoping for that squeeze up into the close for the weekend. We're bleeding right now. We're bleeding pretty bad. They're 11 cents right now. I just added another 25 pack, so I'm gonna try to DCA that shit right there. This looks pretty fucking bearish here, but I want to see that the bulls don't get this. If the bulls can't get this close up here, they need to get it done by Monday. So they have till Monday to get it done, but I want to see this here. Gamma's all saying we should go up there at some point, so we'll see. These fucking dealers don't want to pay it though. I can already they got now 500,000 calls. 435. They were at like 60 cents earlier. That's 74 right now. So I'm assuming they're going to print those as cheaply as possible for spreads, and then try to squirrel this up into the bell here, and try not to pay fucking anything else. What else we got? Okay, so next week, I just went through next week's earnings. There's like 20 to 30 tickers that need to be reviewed. Let's look at Unity, because I know you guys like this company too. 30 Unity coming into their daily trigger right now. Giant bull flag. If Unity can get above 28.24, they have a report coming out next week too. I'm bullish to $33 on them. They actually look quite bullish too. At least intermediary. Bullish on Unity. Into their ER. Very bullish into their ER. Now we got some tickers to go over this week. So close, but yet so far away. So close. Maybe we're gonna need futures to put us up there because cash market can't get it done. Cash market can't get this done. They need futures to put it up there. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this get lost here. No, you're not. You have until Monday to do it. You have until Monday to, like, they can put it up there between 4 and 6 p.m. today. They can do it over the weekend. If cash market doesn't think they can get it done, they'll do it when the same thing on the downside, right? They'll just change price on you. Like, yeah, somebody sold $40 trillion between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. this morning, and you're like, no, they didn't. So you have until Monday to know if it's going to crash or something. I already gave you guys a put spread for Wednesday.
Eastern time,
you can go back in the broadcast and look at that put spread we talked about earlier in the broadcast into Wednesday. But they still have time. The Bulls have until Monday open or so. No, I sold. So the second MBI trade that I've had this quarter sold out of those at this point. I'm just looking for a dip buy next week. If I can get a dip buy on Wednesday or something like that, I'm going to grab another rack for the 31st again and run them back up again. It'll be the third time that I run that trade. So I'm looking for that trade on Wednesday of next week at some point. Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. Put that trade on. It's Friday, baby. No drinking. I was going to say I would do a toast to you guys today, but that shit is not happening. There's no way that shit's happening. Like Mr. Vomitus. Rowett. I missed you, Rowett. What did you say here, brother? Hold on here. Hold on. I got Rowett. I'm on YouTube right now, brother. My Streamlabs usually gives both chats, and I just noticed that it wasn't showing the YouTube chat. So I'm on the YouTube chat right now, brother. So GFS and CPNG. Look at those right now. Hold on here. Sorry, I'm trying to watch a trade that I'm in here too. GFS. Global Foundries. Oh boy. Global Foundries looks good. Let me do the couple of these really quick for Rowett. So Rowett, you've got a nice bull flag here. Bull flag, but see, so look at this, You got a bull flag right here, right? And it fakes you out, right? Whoop, right back down again, right? Same thing's kind of setting up here, isn't it? More down, right? You got 1, 2, and 3 down there. So on this one, GFS, not a buyer at $54. This is take the money and run. You get out of here at 54, right? You get out right now, actually, on GFS. And you wait for it to get above $54 to go to 56. This looks like more sell the news as of right now. So the take on this one is going to be more downside to come. Looking for $40 on GFS. Up 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Well, 1, 2, 3. I guess you're thinking that's 3 and it's done, but no, you're in a downtrend right now. GFS bearish until you get above $60. Until you get up $60, looking for another sell signal, and $30 is that price target. You got 40, and then you got a bloodbath to 30. I'm bearish on this ticker. Next one, CNPG. Did I spell that wrong? CPN. Coupang. I would have to check this ticker's fundamentals first, but without seeing fundamentals in this company, I do like got a new low, like all that. Check this is good. Check this is good. Check this is good. 1, 2, and 3 for an upside move. I like that. You're taking out these previous people here. You try to take these guys out up here. There's more sellers up here. You already took these guys out up here. So I like this ticker. I like this ticker a lot. Now you've got a daily cross to the downside here. This is bearish. Or it looks bearish at least. This cross looks bearish, but I don't think that it is. I think this is a good dip buy down here. And I'll look at it on a smaller time frame and see what it's saying here. You got that cross right there. That's pretty fucking bearish, but you had the dip buyers step in high or low. I like it over time. you're going to get some trouble in here. It's going to come back down, bounce off that. Right there. Yeah, something like that. Squeeze and fail. This one should actually get you above. Bullish on this ticker. CPNG, bullish. Oh, fuck. I'm getting smoked right now. I got 5-cent calls here. I'm getting destroyed here. Hold on a second. I got to go back to SPY. Getting a nice roll here in SPOOs. Big cross right here. Bearish cross right here. Blood and SPOOs into the close here. Sour hour.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of calls out. Not a bunch, but like some.
Number.
I got 45 fucking 45 436s here. They're so cheap right now, or they're so fucking smoked right now. I'm gonna just leave them on. I'm trying to sell this down into Friday close. Half hour triggers down below, and the target
So again, Bostic says
433.02.
consistent with our outlook. So it says hoping for minimal pain in the economy.
Well, there's your downside target into the close down here. Downside target. Right down here for that close. Although I think they park 435 into this close. Looks like that's what they want to park for 435 into the bell. Now, there's 500,000 calls in that 435, and dealers are not going to want to print them. I'm still long calls here. I want to see bulls get up here before Friday close. If not, Monday, Tuesday, Monday, Sunday close, something like that. Monday open, something like that. So bring this all into focus here.
Show the economy is moderating.
Right there. Yeah, SQ is good. SQ had a great report too, right? All right, let me see what you guys are saying here. CPMG, done it. I did a CPNG for you.
Tick Strike allows you to actually hear all futures,
Rivian,
and stock instruments. Get a free trial at tickstrike.com.
Bostic says the Fed has time to watch and to be patient.
Unity, I think I did Unity, right? AMD called the whole move. Gacy is not reading YouTube. Asked for GFC. I did GFCS and CPNG, didn't I? Is that what I did? That's what I'm in right now. 436s for the close, for the bell. Look into a jar of chopped onions and honey. Never tried it, but heard it works great. I eat onions a lot, and I eat honey a lot.
Fed's Bostic says
Rivian.
the Fed policies
Haven't done Rivian yet.
Economic outlook, expecting a slow and steady inflation progress.
Rivian. Let me give you quick ones. Rivian. Look at that. Woof. Blasting down. Recovery to the upside. Sold on the hourly trigger. You need to consolidate to make a move higher on Rivian. But we do have a sell here in the daily trigger. That's never good. You need to be able to hold $17.40 on Rivian. But you do have firm sellers above here selling Rivian right up to a tick on $18.50. You see him selling that daily trigger. So Rivian, let me look at it on a 1-day chart. Rivian all over the fucking place. You guys all love Rivian. Daily chart, velocity showing
Fed's Bostic says credit has
weekly
definitely tightened, still more to
accumulation.
come.
Lower highs on weekly though. You got, yeah, I see what you guys want to do. You guys want that. You guys think that that's consolidation squeeze. That I can see what you guys thinking. Right? I'm thinking new fucking lows on Rivian. This is a tough one. You know, you're not above this weekly, you're not above the daily. It's all bearish. It really is. It's bearish. Rivian is bearish here. Now,
Fed's Bostic
weekly's
says
going
credit
up right
conditions will
now.
be a
That
drag
looks
on the
good.
economy.
This is your previous low. You haven't touched it. You had a higher low here. You're coming back right now. Oh, fucking Rivian. This is a hard one. This isn't easy. I'll tell you this. You got sold on the daily trigger here. You have if you cannot hold Rivian at 1742, if you can't hold it, we're going down. And I wouldn't be long on Rivian unless you're above that daily trigger. Like you need to see like that.
For about 8
You need to
to
see
10
that
months.
above.
Fed's Bostic saying I may support holding rates for about 8 to 10 months.
And then
the first time we've got a time frame on rates holding duration from a Fed official. Bostic saying I may support holding rates for 8 to 10 months.
Yeah. Support rates 8 to 10 months while the market fucking gets burnt. This hourly trigger needs to come up. It's like price needs to hold here. You need to get above 1850 if you're going to start to attack those higher highs.
In my forecast.
And your upside target is only $20. It's not even 20. $19.60. Now this does help your case. If you can get up here, this does help your case. If you can get up here, get above the daily trigger, trade that weekly. You'll fail that weekly. Come down here, and this consolidation is what you want to see. If you see that consolidation, it begins to break above the weekly trigger. This is when you get bullish, believe it or not. We're not bullish here on Rivian yet. So you got to be above $20. You have to be above $20 to begin to even start to say, yeah, we're going to close all this shit out back here, and we're going to go back up here and get some new highs in the high 20s and 30s and stuff like that. A lot of work for Rivian right now. And it's bearish. Man, they just want to see Rivian go to hell in the handbasket, don't they? They just want to see pain for Rivian. Yeah, OSTK is a DGen play as well. Hood is a DGen play as well. I think I'm going to do a Sunday show or a Saturday show. I'll try to come on and we'll just hammer out all these tickers. We have so many tickers reporting this week, like and I'm going to try to do some research and see if I can find an ETF that does a ton of these things, like all the meme stonks. Like a lot of them look like they've got squeeze potential, but yeah. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess you're gonna see a bunch of meme stuff next week.
Inflation expectations creep up. We've got to act.
Let's see what we do here in the close. You got dealers are all squirrely. They want to park this bus into 435 into the close. You got me saying I'd like to see this squeeze up.
That if inflation continues,
you might not see this until Monday or 6 p.m. or some stupid nonsense like that, so they don't have to print it. They're going to try to park this bus into the close if they can. Bears want to see None of this today, after hours, Monday. They don't want to see any of that action up there into this close or Monday. They want to seal the deal to the downside. Hey, thanks. I appreciate it. Philip Boy, thank you very much, man. Ugh. Yeah, I'm not. This isn't a squeeze that I'm looking for. I'm looking for algorithms to send us there.
Wage increases
This is more of a function of algorithms getting up there.
Wages pressures developing in a good direction, Feds Bostic says.
Rohit, I did a whole. I fucking charted the whole entire thing out over there. You got to go back and look at it on the tape, man. Go back and look at it on the tape. I did the whole charted the whole entire thing out, so you can look at it. I got one of them is pretty bullish, and the other one is
Bostic says I expect to see
bearish.
Inflation cooling into next year. Also clarifies that I think we're in restrictive territory today.
Thanks, I appreciate it. 342. What do you guys got planned for the weekend? Are you guys got plans? Are you guys taking it easy after the Halloween weekend? I know we got torn out. We were going places. We started going places Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday we wrapped it up and we were like, "Yeah, we'll go back and do some trick-or-treating on Monday and Tuesday for Halloween," and we got slammed with COVID. You guys have plans for the weekend or no? Hey, Ben, what's going on?
Feds Bostic says a policy shift would be warranted before.
You got a new foster puppy arriving tomorrow? That's rad.
Saying a policy shift would be warranted.
Detox from sugar. We skipped out on candy this year. We got some candy with the kids, but not the haul that we would normally get.
They're saying as 2% inflation gets closer,
you're gonna go lay in a hammock in the forest. That's nice. I have a question for you with hammock camping. Do you get an overwhelming sense of dread sleeping in a hammock? That's what happens to me. I get scared that an animal's gonna bite me from the bottom. I feel exposed. I don't know why. It's like a mental thing. 13 years old. Right on, right on. Congratulations. Happy birthday. Happy teenage years. It's official. Teenage years. Kids like being acknowledged for that too, right? When they like hit 13 specifically, you're now officially a teenager. You're no longer a preteen. And they freak out. What's going on, Ben? I love you, brother. Good to see you, my man. Ben Godfrey, it's a shout out to you. Back from Vegas for Halloween, chilling. Seems like everybody's going to chill this weekend, right? Back up there, make it nice and tight there. Dealers want to park 435 flat. Like they want to park 435 0.00 here. 435.00 into the close if they can. Kill the options market. 415 hits, then boom, send it up. Yeah, you do like sleeping in the hammock? How about winter camping for you? I know that's the only other thing. I've got two issues with hammock camping. One is I get freaked out. And then the second one is in the winter, it sucks. I get too cold in the winter hammock camping.
Is now over. So looking again now to the early market on close.
Swaddled.
Still add 6 million to the buy side. So
nice. It's been a really good week. I've made really good money. This whole week's been fucking outstanding. I've made great money this week. My quarter is looking really good right now. Like, fucking phenomenal. So we can keep this up and like wrap up the bow and the presents for
and it also confirm
Festivus
share his opinion
for the rest of us and
would be warranted
take care of the end of the year and I'd be a happy man.
Again, just hearing some comments from Feds Bostic on this Bloomberg TV interview.
Yeah, this whole week's been good. So
speaking.
So this actually not just the week, but the quarter has been good. Like it's weird. The quarter's been really good to me. My quarter is outstanding right now, so I'm very happy. This quarter specifically, I didn't know if it would be good or not. So I'm very happy so far. Cross my fucking fingers here. Yeah, you're a swinging meat bag for the Bears. I think that's the brain does that too. Like my 3 fucking cents. Fuck you. I fucking hate these fucking dealers. I'm going to fucking diamond hand this shit right into the goddamn bell. I already know how this is going to go. Fucking furious right now. Watching those 435s are going to be like 20 cents just to pay off a fucking spread. Fucking cunts. Sorry. Oops. These hammock camping. That's my feeling. I feel like an animal's gonna come up and bite my fucking half my side off. I don't know why tent camping to me, I am a tent camper, but I'm not a hammock camper anymore. I've tried it out. But I don't know why. It's like a mental thing. And the only other time when I really like camping on the ground is winter camping. With good insulation layers and shit, two insulation layers. But most of my friends are diehard hammock campers. Don't drive angry. I don't drive angry. I'm actually a happy driver. The only time I drive angry is when do I drive angry? Not really ever. The thing that annoys me, if I drive, I'll tell you what annoys me when I drive. The big one is when I'm on a highway and I get paced. Like if you're pacing me, that pisses me off. It's like get in line, fucking in front of me or behind me, set your speed and let's go together. Pacing pisses me off. What else do I hate? Driving. I hate people that pass me on lower than 55 roads and then slow right down. Or like I got to get in front of you just to make a right or something like that. I'm like, seriously? Where the fuck are you going? But I don't really get angry driving. I got kids and stuff, so it's like I've like fallen into not a trap, but I've been trained now for so many years to just be talking to the kids. And I've got the oldest daughter's doing the driving school and all that kind of stuff, so try to be looking really good for the kids. You'll be spreading rumors this week and never market crash to help my Wednesday IWM swing puts out. We should look at IWM because of the reports next week. Let me take a look at IWM real quick. I should have looked at it today and I didn't. Oh. No, IWM. 30-minute chart on IWM. Whoop. I don't know if it'd be, well, I guess you can swing puts on IWM. I'd be closing them out though. At $1, $170, and then trading that 180 up there. IWM's pretty bullish right now, so look for that pullback in IWM into early next week, but then look for a huge rip on IWM. If you want to get bearish on IWM, it's below 170 for IWM. I like trading IWM. You know what I like trading IWM is the summertime. Summertime is my favorite time to trade IWM. Abso-fucking-lutely. Place to trade, come back in a day. Yeah, this is bleeding pretty fucking bad here.
So we're looking now to the markets on close.
Now just underneath 435 right now, trading 434.
Markets on close imbalance for the
now 435 as they try to park it into the close. Not much going on here in the close today and Friday. Definitely not bearish. 170Ps for Wednesday. Definitely not bearish. Just don't think we get another gap up on Monday. Got to fill one of those. At least no LOL. Yeah, I think IWM goes down on Monday, but I think it catches the bounce on 170 though. I wouldn't be short. Like get to 170 and just get out of that put spread or whatever you're in. If you see rejection below 170, you can get bearish again. So I already went through this morning. You should see today or after the close or into Monday. You should see that tag, this one right here. See that price target right there. If you don't see this, if you see a failure of this target getting tagged, it's kind of bearish. It lends itself to some pretty bearish moves. So, and no, I'm not talking about 423. I'm talking about some really bearish shit. So, you're looking for the algorithms to put us up here. There's some call, or there's a reason for us not to go there right now, which is just calls. Got too many fucking calls in the market. So maybe they do it in the after hours. They don't pay the calls. Then we go up there and tag it. If we're going to get bullish. If we're not going to get bullish, roll it down. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, you need to go back to the beginning of the broadcast. And I reviewed all of this at the beginning of the broadcast. So you could actually spend this weekend reviewing this broadcast today from the beginning. And it'll give you an idea of what to expect into next week. Downside move expected into next week. If we do this, then that. If we don't do this, then that. That kind of stuff. Review it, because today's broadcast is omnipresent for what happens next week. I spent about an hour, I think, hour and a half going over it, what to expect next week. Why, and what to expect if this happens, what to expect if that happens. Okay, sorry I'm here. I'm back on YouTube. What's going on? She Kim a princess. What's going on? Sorry, I'm here. I'm reading. What did I miss? I apologize. I'm reading YouTube comments right now. What do I need to do? Just tell me in YouTube what to do. Tell me on YouTube what do you got going on. Cap, I said, mentioned something about some days being reversal days. Is that common knowledge? Yes, common knowledge. Go back to the beginning of this. There's a whole bunch of you asking some questions, and I'm like, yeah, you should watch the beginning of the break. I can tell you weren't here. So what do you guys ask? Matt, you going to do XBI? Hold on here, buddy. Kim, what am I missing? Thanks, Kim. XBI, 30-minute chart. What's going on with XBI? Expect pullback. Short XBI down to $69, and it's going to go up again. This is XBI, 30-minute chart. Pullback. Buy 69. Target 72.29, baby. And I want to say something about it. Let's look at XBI really quick before the end of the day here. Trigger screen. This is a prime setup here. I want you guys to see this, okay? I want you to look. It's very important, okay? This is a prime setup here. We are overbought, maxed out on the hourly. Intraday trend, right? Maxed out. We should pull back. Daily, though, is looking great in XBI. So it's coming under the zero line. So what you're looking for is for that dip buy to come into trade here, right? On the daily trigger. And for it to be supportive due to it coming up from negativity, right? Still hasn't gotten positive yet. So you're going to expect this dip to get bought and the trade to go up to 72.29. So XBI, a little bit of weakness here and looking for another dip to buy into next week to trade 77.29. So XBI looking good. If that daily trigger breaks, look out below for XBI. Dude, they're going to one fucking penny right now. One goddamn penny. Bleeding us off into the bell here on Spoos. Looks like I'm taking an L here and some zero dates. Not a big deal for me. I'm not like complaining about it. It's more of like a lotto ticket. Trying to see if I can follow these algorithms up and try to grab this. If I can't grab this right here, if they're not going to run this up after the bell here, it's not really worth it for me. I don't think it's worth it for me to trade that 438. What is it? 438.80. I don't know that it's going to pay on Monday. Hold on here. I don't know that this will be enough to pay Monday, even if we tag it, to even take a call over the weekend. So I'll be flat on calls over the weekend and looking to buy a dip into next Wednesday at some point down at that. I bet it's 423, 430, 429-ish down there into next week. So I'm going to be looking for I got to check one more thing here. Let me check SPX really quick and see if we close this. I want you to also pay attention here to SPX into this bell. So this is SPX, and I talked to you about where we needed to be. This one right in here. Snap a picture of this at home and look for a dip buy down here on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm going to be looking to buy this myself sometime next week. So as long as we close above this right here, I'm pretty fucking bullish. So I want to buy this into next week. So that's 433.5 into Wednesday. Look to buy this into next week. For the bulls, so if looking for more upside potential into next week. I don't know if I'm willing to buy this right now. I think I want to buy this on Monday. See this 5-minute trend right here in SPX? Watching this flatten out right now. And this looks like it wants to go down into Monday for your upside move. So unless we reverse course or something like that, look for that dip buy on Tuesday or Wednesday down at that 430. I believe it's 430 for 23 from what we looked at earlier. So I'm at 0 right now in these fucking calls. They are smoking them right now, just zeroing this stuff out. I'm going to leave these on until the actual close here. 358, 2 minutes left, selling down into the bell here. I should have got those put spreads, never bought them. I'm not going to buy them right here for Monday. Kind of not don't want anything to do with calls to the upside. Don't want anything to do with puts to the downside, unless we were to trade that. Unless I had bought them up here when we were talking about it earlier. So I'm going to be flat into Monday and probably Wednesday as well. I'm going to also do a show, I think, if I can, on Saturday or Sunday. I don't know when, or I'll just record it. Maybe I'll just record it and post it so we don't get caught up in time. And what I'll do is I'll review like 20 or 30 tickers that are all meme stocks for primarily Wednesday, but Monday through Thursday of next week, there's a bunch of them. So we are selling off into the close here. They're trading 434.71 right now. I got a bunch of dead fucking calls here. I'm gonna hold them up into 415, see if there's any possibility of that squeeze to the upside, but I'm not seeing it right now. These fucking dealers are like, fuck you. Your playground is done. We took all of our money. Now we want to take your money next week. So look into Tuesday or Wednesday of next week for a dip buy at that 430, 423. If you don't know what I'm talking about with what to expect in the next week, go back over this show over the weekend. Maybe Binky can condense some of that stuff for you and release it over the weekend so that you can get an idea of where the expectations are for the market into next week. What else I got? I think that's all I got for you guys. What do you guys have for me? Do you guys have any questions before I get out of here? Let's look at this here and see if they're buying this or selling it. Looks like they're doing some horse trading here in this close. Look at all this stuff down here, just fucking getting down in here right now. Let's see what you guys are saying. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Chart Wednesday leading to J-Power speech, closed with shorts and waited. I'm glad I avoided a run over. I'm looking for the same retest to go long or short. Yeah, I agree with you with that, Dylan. What else you guys got? Sell hard in the close. David AMS is fucking awesome. What else you guys got here? I think that's all I got. Okay. So I am sick right now. I feel like I'm coming out from underneath being sick. Dude, I want to buy the fuck out of this right now. I'm getting so itchy right now to just buy the fuck out of this for Monday. Yeah, I bought some calls. I bought Monday 438s for 28 cents. Not a lot, but 428 for Monday. I mean, sorry, 438s. I bought some 438 calls for Monday. I shouldn't be doing this. It's only 10 packs, so it's cheap. But I did buy some calls for Monday anyways. So I should feel better by next week. I'm hoping that I don't test positive for COVID by next Monday or Sunday. I'll be back on the horse again and riding this shit. But otherwise, I'll see you guys on Monday. There's a few of you out there that have been needing to speak to. There's a bunch of you that I need to be speaking to. Please just be patient with me. I'll be contacting you guys as soon as I possibly can. Otherwise, have a great weekend. Hope to see you guys on Monday. And hope I'm feeling better so we can get back into the reins again. Stay safe. Don't do anything crazy. Rest up. We got a bunch coming down the pike. And we got a bunch of stuff to go over for expectations for 2024. We're going to talk 2024 this week, I think, and start getting prepared for what to expect into late fall, late winter, and then early springtime, and all this shit that these Fed presidents are saying. Dude, that shit today, what I just heard in the background today.
That's just seeing for the week here. Officially, the S&P 500 jumping 5.85%.
Fucking Bostic, dude. They're trying to set up right now a scam
as well. And
mission accomplished.
7.56%.
That's what you're getting. Or that's what it looks like you're getting, or that's what they're telling us. I don't know if that's real or they changed their tune or something like that, but man, I'll fucking tell you what. It's looking like mission accomplished here. Dude, send my fucking calls up. I'm up at a penny at least on Monday. Okay, I'll see you guys